What is up, guys? What is up? I'm going to be reviewing the market as usual. Not much else to say. I might not talk that much. I don't know. Just kind of just feeling like vibing and listening to my music. If you guys need anything from me, let me know. And yeah, that about covers it. If you want to, listen to your own music, keep me in the background and see, like, what is he up to? You're more than welcome to do that. But anyway, um, let's get right into it. So yeah, I'm not really gonna be talking that much. So I'm just gonna be looking around and seeing what I notice. This was so beautiful. So maybe I should start out with looking at this Reaper. No, let's start out by, we'll look at that in a second. Let's start out by just marking out the most obvious thing in the morning, which was we rejected the new week opening gap above all the true opens. That was pretty cool. So sick. And I believe it was S&T with a whole bunch of highs. I can't remember. I should have taken this trade. And then yeah, let's get true month open. So it's right here. There we go. All right, we'll get rid of true week opening gap or new week opening gaps. It was S&T with what high? I might just look at the live stream to see, because that's just gonna make it easy for me. Kind of just go in the morning and see. Here it is. The market open. Yeah, it was S&T with this high. London mid high of the day. We were in premium. This was so cool. The way we were above all the true opens. can't believe I didn't take this. But now I know for the future. And then true week open was right here. So we're above that too. So fascinating. We're above every true open. No wonder we dumped. And then bearish S&T with this high. So this was a Phoenix model too. Can you teach me? Absolutely. Oh, I just realized that I'm showing the wrong screen. Right now I'm just back testing. So if you want, ask any questions you have about what I'm doing, and I'll explain it to you. But these are all time-based premium and discount levels, and they help you determine if the market's in premium or discount. Watch my video on true opens, and that will hopefully explain it. So it's S&T there. S&T there. And then we swept out essentially what was equal highs. And then, yeah, I was so spot on to want to take this 5-minute change in state right here because we came back, we went up. We actually used this, which is a Phoenix model as well. So push into a Phoenix model, then we get a change in state. I was so spot on to want to take this. And then y'all go watch the very beginning of my live stream. You will see me talk about this exact setup, and I was like, oh, this is pretty good, but I just got on the charts. In the future, if I see something and it is valid and I know it's a good trade, execute it, man. Just execute. The outcome's not in my control. I can't, like, it was a good trade. I should have taken it. Especially when you see how we're delivering from this new week opening gap. And then with this one, like I said, I think the draw on liquidity was this low right here. And the reason I would say it's this low right here is because I think that was the bottom of the RTH gap. Yeah, RTH gap bottom was let's go to low time frame. It'll probably be more obvious. Right here to here. Anyway, this is where the market closed at 16.59. So that's what I'm going to use. And then with that in mind, I think I would just target. It's kind of cool because it's very important to, like, you won't be able to see with the RTH indicator or the RTH button. You won't be able to see it until market open, but it's important that you figure out where it's gonna form, even though you can't use the RTH button. So let me show you, right? You have this RTH button, but if it's before 9:30, you're not gonna be able to see the gap. You still got to figure out where the gap is going to form. And then if you get a trade prior to market open, you still take it. Like this. Might not make sense, but it's all good. And once again, I think this was a really nice strong liquidity. Oh, I forgot to put the camera back on. Whoops. Yeah. I really like this trade. Honestly, I would just target this volume imbalance like that. Boom. So, yeah, I would just take this as a CISD. I mean, realistically though, I'd maybe just target this, which is what I said I was going to target. If you watch the live stream back, you can hear me say, oh, we could just target like this. And like that, boom. So once again, I think this was really cool. If you guys don't believe me, go watch the very beginning of the live stream. I was wanting to take this. I need to trust, you know, when I see something, I need to be able to trust myself better. And that's just kind of, even if I just get on the charts, I still got to be able to execute it. So, but it's all good. Let's go ahead and screenshot that. And I'll screenshot multiple versions of this same trade. But once again, if I was to redo today, I would have, when I saw this on market open, I would have just had to say, you know what? I know I just got on the charts, but this is an amazing trade. Objectively. Like, there's just no, objectively, this, and I should have known that if I didn't get that entry, that I likely wasn't going to get a much better entry later. And if it failed, then at least I'd have another opportunity later as well. But, you know, knowing how these markets move, you might get the entry pre-market and then it just doesn't come back. In this case, that's exactly what happened. And so I had to get that in, had to get in on that change in state. So yeah, I would just enter this as a change of state. There might have been a higher time frame key level. Well, obviously it's a new week opening gap, but I would have taken this even if, like, well, yeah, the new week opening gap obviously helps with the conviction a lot, but yeah, just seeing that changes to delivery, the signature on that with the SMTs and then the sweep above the true opens, it's still good is what I'm trying to say. What is that? 840 CASD on the 5-minute. Hey, what up, Adrian? How's it going, bro? Okay, so then here's another version where you just target 2 projections. You gonna answer? Yeah. I just saw your message. What up, bro? Bang. There you go. So this is probably the most realistic way I would have taken the trade. And I talked about this in the beginning of the live stream. CSD on the 5-minute, number 2. And then yeah, I would also consider this. So this is also my shadow model, which I've never made a video on. Do you know Ant-Man? Yeah. What about him? He's your brother? Why is Ant-Man showing you my channel? Oh my gosh. Well, that's cool, man. That's cool. So yeah, shadow, meaning change state delivery off a new week opening gap or new day opening gap. Aligned, new week opening gap aligned with a 5-minute change in state. And then honestly, what the what? What are you saying? The heck? Read it upside down. Oh. Oh my. You trading dodgy strat? So, I trade dodgy strat and I trade other entry models as well. Yeah, but this specific trade's a change to the delivery, specifically off the new week opening gap. And you can see, you don't believe me that this was a real trade you could have taken. Go watch the beginning of my live stream and you can see that I do acknowledge this. I just hesitated because I had just gotten on the charts, unfortunately. But I think this was probably the trade of the day. And honestly, just targeting the RTH midpoint was pretty fair game. Like that. Wait, let's get rid of that. Boom. So yeah, I like that. I've recorded this in many ways. I think we're pretty good on this. So 840 shadow, aligning with the new week opening gap with a 5-minute change in state delivery. And then number 2. Okay, I kind of want to look at something else. Whose strategy would you use? Good question. I would say, so I'm not gonna lie, my answer's kind of changing, evolving over time. It's kind of weird as I'm getting better as a trader. This is gonna be an unconventional answer. I love inversion for value gaps too, but and inversion for value gaps are a great way to go. But as I've been getting better as a trader, I'm realizing I think my new favorite thing, like even more than inversion. Well, I don't want to say that. My new favorite thing is outside bars, bro. Study outside bars. I'm telling you, go watch my video on outside bars. Go find an outside bar with S&T sweeping liquidity. It's gonna blow your mind how powerful that is. What's the beef between you and Ant-Man? I need to know. Yeah, so basically, Ant-Man, he just came to the you're his dad? Oh my gosh, the whole family's here. I mean, well, basically, what he just showed up and he just said like my trading strategy sucks and that I don't know what I'm doing and I need to switch to his strategy and stuff and I suck at trading. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of stuff he said. I can't remember it all, but I like it's just a lot of different stuff. Outside bars. Just watch my video that I made pretty recently on outside bars. But yeah, like I could give you like the textbook answer, which is most people would just say, "Oh, go learn inversion for value gaps." I'm gonna give you a real bro to bro answer. One of the most underrated concepts in all of trading is outside bars, bro to bro. Just on the down low though, on the down low, You're just what the bro. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So, watch this video. I made it pretty recently. Outside bars explained. One of the most underrated concepts in all of trading. Ant-Man told me to come help you because you're ruining your life. Jess is not my brother. I'm ruining my life? What? Why is Ant-Man's whole family here, bro? What why is Ant-Man's dad and brother involved in this whole thing? What the? This is just getting weird. I'm not gonna lie, it's getting weird. I'm ruining my life by practicing a skill and I'm not even risking real money right now. I've been trading on Sim for quite a bit, and I've been up 17R in the past couple weeks. I don't know, man. I think there's no harm in trying things out and just continuing to go. I mean, continuing to get better at something. It's kind of, I don't know. I don't know how I'm ruining my life. That's pretty crazy. I don't know. What does Ant-Man say I'm ruining my life for? Why does Ant-Man say I'm ruining my life? I want to know more. What is his reasoning? So back to what I was saying. I pretty much logged this whole thing here. The other way you could have gotten in, which once again I should have executed it, and I hesitated like a dummy, is I should have taken this 15-minute and just gone for this inversion. Ant-Man is concerned for you? But why does his whole family need to be here? Okay, yeah, well, it's one thing for Ant-Man to be concerned for me and think that my trading strategy sucks and I don't know what I'm doing, but that his whole family show up in my chat is kind of weird. So this is also the other way I could have entered. Oh, and what up, Javier? It's good to see you. This is the other way that I could have entered, and once again, hesitated. I didn't need to hesitate. This was a valid trade, and honestly, guys, I need to just start accepting that I can't control outcomes of trades. The reality is, if I see a good trade, execute it with confidence, and then you don't control the outcome, so just accept it, right? Because I knew that, like, you go watch the stream, I said, oh, wow, we're getting a 15-minute inversion. Like, I knew this was good, too. And still, I didn't take it. Like, what is wrong with me, And I called this whole thing out. So, I think, once again, you just have to remember you can't control outcomes, and so because of that, take a good setup. If it's good, take it, period. You can't control the outcome. You can't make it hit TP. So, accept it. You said you spent 2 years in trading and you haven't progressed at all. I mean, I would just say, check this out. Opinion on supply and demand. It's just a different perspective of the same thing, someone from ICT looking in might look at it as an order block. Someone else from supply and demand might see it as a supply zone or a demand zone. I'm not sure which one's which. Point is, it's kind of different perspectives on the same thing. In my opinion, I have nothing against supply and demand. I honestly think that it works because it's a perspective on the market. It just because it's a different perspective on the market, it doesn't make it wrong. It's all different perspectives on the same thing, if that makes sense. It's all different perspectives on understanding of liquidity, imbalances in price, liquidity runs, etc. So tell me how this is not progressing, because last week I had a 300% on Monday, 400% gain on Tuesday, 600% gain on Wednesday, 470% gain on Thursday, 210% gain on Friday, and then 300% gain on Tuesday, then 230% gain on Friday, and then 215% gain on Monday of this week. Is that not progressing? Because I don't even think any hedge, like 95 to 90, I don't think 90% of hedge funds can replicate that result in 1 week, in 2 weeks. 95% of hedge funds. I'm 23 years old. I mean, come on. What was he said? What did he say? He said, I haven't progressed. Bro, this looks like pretty solid progression to me, I would say. I think I'm getting better one day at a time. But yeah, like I said, I don't think 90% of hedge funds could do this. Just being real, being honest. This is in 2 weeks. This is 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't know, 2.5 weeks. So, one day at a time. Your son is a liar? No, I don't know. I don't know what Ant-Man's deal is with me. I don't know why he feels like why I suck and he doesn't think I'm doing good. But hey, I mean, he's entitled to his opinion. It's totally valid. It's not true. I mean, I do lose, right? I have losing streaks. I had a really bad losing streaks prior to that, and you know what? It's all good. I gotta read all this stuff. Abraham, shush. Who is Abraham? Oh yeah, the dad. Oh my. Hey man, are these actually your dad and brother? Are these actually your dad and brother? Me and your mama knows you was a child that need therapist. What the? Okay, yeah. So once again, I'm gonna just. I obviously missed some messages, but it's all good. What the heck? But this 15-minute inversion, clean as heck. We close below here, and then we run down to the RTH gap low. I mean, I honestly just have stop loss above the inversion for value gap, and there you go. That's 3R. And then you could pop in a trailing stop behind price right here if you wanted to, and then decent chance you could have just kept on having it run, which would have been so sick. My theory, bro, is I'm the more I think about it, the more plausible. I mean, it's a pretty ridiculous theory, don't get me wrong, but my crazy theory is Ant-Man is secretly a really good trader, and he trades he understands that I'm onto how to trade institutionally and professionally, and he's trying to basically lead me away so I don't tell people about how to trade because I'm a YouTuber and I'm gonna help people. That's my theory, but I don't know, that's kind of crazy. Okay, so this was a 15-minute inversion as well. I saw this live, didn't take it like an idiot. What time was this at? It was 9. IVG on the 15-minute. There you go. Bang. And I'm Ant-Man's girlfriend. I got word you called my precious Ant-Man a liar. So what up, you nerd day trader? What? Ant-Man's girlfriend's here now. Why is Ant-Man's girlfriend here? Bro, it... I don't... What? What the... Bro, I don't even know what to say at this point. I don't even know if these people are real. Ant-Man's... Ant-Man's... There's no way Ant-Man has a girlfriend. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But, I mean... Yeah, I really don't know what to say about all that. It might just be Ant-Man on, like, 6 different accounts. Okay. My friend's daughter. Oh, my. It's kind of weird, though. It is kind of weird that the whole Ant-Man family is watching me. But, whatever. Okay, next I want to review that Reaper for value gap. Or do I want to look at something else? Oh, actually, you know what? I want to review this outside bar. Look at that outside bar. So this is a perfect example of a really good outside bar. You see how this candle, we take the high and the low, and then we close lower? That would be a really good outside bar to take, especially because we had SMT with it. So, bang. Once again, if I had observed that, that would have been a really nice trade. So, you guys see the outside bar, right? We had S and T's, and then when we get this outside bar where we take the high and low of this candle, delivering from that new week opening gap, it becomes very clear that we're going to expand lower. Same thing. So many ways to take this, in all honesty. Jake, have you had a girlfriend? Yes, bro. I dated a girl for 3 years. And yeah, now I'm focused on other things. Not really pursuing the girls right now. Focused on myself, trying to make myself into the person I want to be. And, you know, I'll just leave it at that. So there you go, 845 outside bar. There you go. Bang. And that's a 15-minute outside bar. So how much debt are we in? Debt? What? National debt's 36 trillion. Is that what you're talking about? I'm just messing. And there's a pin bar there as well. Okay, next thing I want to look at. The war? What the? My guy has 9 losses in 1 day? Well, it can't happen anymore. I mean, if that happened in the past, that's one thing, but now I have a thing where I can't even take more than 2 losses on my real accounts in a day. It's the max I can take. Max losses I can take is 2 on what's it called? On my real accounts. Okay, now I want to zoom in again, and then I want to show you guys the way true opens get manipulated, right? So midnight, 7:30 true month open, and then as well we have the 90-minute true open in here as well. So 7:52, bang. Ant-Man, send. No, I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that. Bro, what are you guys on right now? Okay. Why why you guys why does Ant-Man's entire family care so much about me on this random on this dude, the more I think about it, the more I think that my theory's right. That Ant-Man and Ant-Man is really just professional traders that don't want me telling people the truth. That's the more I think about it, like that actually makes so much sense. Because now, why is there a whole like group of like 10 traders? This is probably Ant-Man's whole hedge fund. Hey, any trades today? Yeah, I took a break even. It was a really good trade. It was up 3R. I should have taken a partial. I think that's the main lesson. But it was up 3R. It was an outside bar. I'll show you it. Bro, it just... oh my gosh, just funny. So yeah, you can clearly see we come above all the true opens. They get manipulated, and then we expand lower. By the way, this is an external sweep. This is an internal sweep, right? Kind of see the difference, right? This is a short-term low. This is kind of more of a long-term low. Alright. Let's go ahead and screenshot all this. Are you judging our family? Yeah, a little bit. Low key. Y'all are a weird family. You bond over some random trader on the internet. It's kind of a weird thing to do as a fan. But hey, you know, I don't... you guys do you. Okay, yeah, so... True opens all manipulated, then expansion. And what's cool is if I go to the 5-minute, this was also a Phoenix model in 2 different ways. The first way being that we have a rejection block right here, and then you see how this rejection block gets used when we come back up. Bang, rejection block, then lower prices. Because he isn't going negative like you. I just showed you my last however many trades. I don't know what to say about that. But yeah, look at that rejection block right there. So that is a beautiful Phoenix model. And then this is also a nice Phoenix model as well. It's a different kind though. This is the type B that I talked about. So remember I made that video about different types of Phoenix models. Where's my AirPod case? I'm taking my AirPods out because I'm obviously talking way more than I thought I was gonna. So yeah, I'm just gonna turn my phone off so it doesn't play music. Okay. Yeah, there you go. There's a Phoenix model entry right there. Boom. You see that rejection block? You see how market pushes back up into it at the top of the new week opening gap before going lower? Bang. There you go. One day you'll become profitable, but not from ICT. Do you not really care right now? What? What? But Ant-Man, why do you care so much what I'm doing? Why? Like, what? Why do you care? Genuinely. I also don't even... there's a lot of concepts I trade that aren't even ICT, like outside bars. So, what do you say about that, bro? On the 5-minute, there you go. There's a Phoenix model on the 5-minute. 8:30 Phoenix. It was 8:30, right? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Because he's concerned for you, because you don't want you to lose money. Bro, there's a million other traders also trading ICD on the internet. Why do you care? Why do you specifically care about me? That's what I want to know. Why do you specifically care what I'm doing? Okay. Back to what I was saying. What next should I look at, guys? So I can show the trade that I actually took. Can we get a forehead check? Dude, there's 10 people watching. It literally says not talking a lot. Forehead check. Okay, so I think next, let's look at that Reaper for value gap. So you guys remember, so what's cool is so this was a breaker, right? What's cool is we had not yet even closed below the breaker, but I still knew that imbalance in price and premium of this. So once again, you guys see how this is a breaker, right? It's a high, low, higher high with SMT sweeping all these highs, lower low. So these down close candles are a breaker block right here, right? Now we had not yet closed below these down close candles, but I still know that this imbalance in price in premium of this breaker is still likely to support the market going lower, even when we haven't closed below it yet. So check this out. And then you can go watch the stream. Watch me refer to this live on stream, because this is the coolest thing. You can go back on the stream and you can watch me refer to this. But here's the breaker, and I said I was looking for an imbalance in premium of it, right? Here's the imbalance in premium, right? You can just kind of imply it from here to here, but no, there's actually a volume imbalance right there. And that caught my attention, and so instead of using like an implied imbalance from here to here, which is kind of what I would normally do, I actually specifically looked at this imbalance here. And then you can see when we go to the other side of the curve how the market interacts with this, right? So once again, steps to get here. Odin's your other son, if you're wondering. You guys have a huge family. What the? Why is Ant-Man's whole family here? It's weird. But yeah, you guys understand this, right? High, low, higher high, lower low. Imbalance in premium of the breaker. Very sensitive. You can go watch the live stream. I called this live. Yeah, that's true. I don't know what else to say other than yeah. But, I mean, they're supporting me, so. And I'm also working every day, so. Yeah. Beautiful. Just beautiful. And you guys can go back and you can look at the live stream and you'll see me refer to that. In the live stream. You can go watch the live stream back and you'll see I refer to that, which is so cool because I called it live, right? And you can see how precise that was. And so I actually have a something I've never talked about before, which is an idea I've had for a while, which is basically I call it the Reaper kill shot, and just enter at that Reaper gap with a super tight stop loss, and obviously it's super low win rate, like super low win rate, but that model or that idea has potential to hit 100R trades. I mean, dead serious, and I'll show you guys what I mean. So Reaper FEG from today. Jake, what are all these chats? There's a lot of people. I don't know. Ant-Man's whole family's here for some reason. Dude, I have no idea. But anyway, so this idea I've been having about the Reaper kill shot is basically when you find one of these Reapers, put in a super tight stop loss, and just basically just YOLO in at the Reaper. And like I said, you'll actually be able to hit 100R trades off of these, right? Now, very low win rate, but okay. So Reaper kill shot at 921. This is my first time actually backtesting this, actually. Reaper kill shot on the 1 minute. Alright, save that. Bang. How come Reaper got his own model and not me? Because he actually named it after a real thing in the market. His name is after a real thing. I'll name the Ant-Man model. Nah, bro, I'm not making an Ant-Man model. I don't even know. Yeah, no. I keep thinking about it, but no. Unless you have a specific idea you want me to take. Okay, guys. So you guys can now. I'll show you guys my trade I took, so you guys can see my trade right here. So my trade was essentially this outside bar. Check this out. So you guys can go watch the live stream. How they talk about your bot subs, bro? I've never bought subs, so. But here's the outside bar. I took this live. It's on the 15-second. We take both the high and the low of that previous candle, which also sweeps out this entire consolidation. You can just see the market, sweeping everything out. If you gotta actually look for other stuff like resistance. Okay. Send me some pictures of your model, bro, and then maybe I'll consider it if I think it's a legit thing. But yeah, this was the trade I took. And you can just see how the market essentially sweeps out the entire consolidation, and then we get a down close candle that's an outside bar with a really good signature. And I mean, I think we also took out a true open. Yeah, 922. So you can see there's the 90-minute true open. I might make an Ant-Man's girlfriend model, though. Ant-Man, you actually have a girlfriend? Or is that made up? Ant-Man, I want to see what you look like, bro. Ant-Man, are you chubby? I'm just messing. I'm just kind of saying stuff right now. I'm just kind of saying random stuff. So yeah, here's the 90-minute true open. Wife? Bro, you already got married in the last 10 minutes? That was fast. Your girlfriend sure said that you were only your girl. She was only your girlfriend. Hey man, how old are you? I'm gonna make an Ant-Man. Bro. Heck yeah, bro. Oh my gosh. It's so funny. So, this was the trade I took. And you can go watch the live stream. I took this live. Um, outside bar. Taking the liquidity in this consolidation. Don't know who that is, but I have a wife and I'm 19. Dang, bro. You got married already? Why did you get married so fast? You found a girl you really like, huh? So this, if I was to redo this trade, I would have put stop loss here instead, because, nah, I'd probably put stop loss like in the middle of this wick. I'm gonna be realistic, but then I would use this from here to here, that old outside bar. I would use that as projections. I would use this specific thing as projections. So, and then you can see we go perfectly 7 projections. So, and that also, actually no, I would target in this trade, if I was to redo it, I would target the midpoint of the RTH gap, so right here. And yeah, that was a lesson learned. Sometimes, guys, when you're targeting RTH gaps, a lot of time, this is something I'm just now learning, but a lot of time you got at least partial at the RTH midpoint, because you can see in situations like this, we only partially fill it, come back up, and I got cooked because I didn't take profit, at least partial at the RTH midpoint. And so that was my mistake from today. Go watch the live stream. I did take this trade. I was up 3R, and yeah, I should have partialed at the RTH midpoint. That was my lesson learned. So there we go. Dang, 6 still watching. That's crazy. So once again, I took this trade live. So this is the revised version of the trade. And then the actual version is I got break evened out. We obviously took 928 as well. We souped it. So 928 opened, and this is the coolest part. 928 opened, we sweep out all the liquidity, and then we expand lower. So this is how I would have revised this trade. Had I taken it again, I would have taken it like this. And then the next time, this isn't going to happen. I won't get break evened out. I'll have taken at least a partial at the midpoint of the RTH gap. So 928, outside bar on the 15-second, and then put revised. And then here's the actual trade I took, which was break even, like this. Break evened out right there. Okay. Saving that. 928. Once again, you guys can go look at this. I took this live. And I got break evened out. I wouldn't break even at this low. And you know, it was going into market open, so it was definitely not bad. So sidebar, 15-second live number 2. I don't know how there were 10 people watching me. Usually there's not that many people watching. There's 7 now. Dude, that's crazy. Okay, so yeah, took that live. And then the other thing I liked that I think I should have taken, but it was kind of like too fast for my brain to comprehend, is we came back up into the Reaper gap. More orders got filled at the Reaper. And then we ended up sweeping the consolidation highs again. So we sweep out this whole entire accumulation range again. Manipulation occurs above the true opens, so 922, which is there, and then 928, which is here. There you go. So 928. You can see how both of those get manipulated. Once again, this is one of the best ways to identify true manipulation. And then what happens? And then, you know, we sweep out this whole entire range. So what is this, guys? This is accumulation, manipulation, distribution, right? And no, remember what I said before in the past about how AMD doesn't always look the same? Sometimes it can be very tricky. Like in this case, right? Accumulation happened here. We started expanding lower. We came up, then manipulated here, and then got distribution. Like these markets are not they're not straightforward, but they will do AMD. They're never gonna stop doing AMD. It's gonna be different ways of creatively doing AMD. That's what it is, right? And you can see here's accumulation. We come up, manipulate all the highs, and then at this point it's distribution. So there you go. Accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution. There you go. I don't know, man. It's just weird. It's just weird. Like, why? Like, I just don't understand why. You know? But, whatever. It's chill. I don't care. It's just weird. Like, who brings their whole family to just a live stream of a random trader? Boom. There you go. Alright, let's screenshot this. Beautiful AMD today. So, honestly, guys, the more you look at this, the more I look at this, the more I'm like, dang, that 5-second inversion was actually really, really good. Like, really, really good. this one right here. And I know we have a wick, but honestly, on the 5 second, those wicks can be a little like they can be a little erroneous, and it's not gonna matter because it's the 5 second. You know, what matters is it was good. Was it good AMD? Was it good signature? I mean, the wick on the five. If it was a higher time frame candle, probably a little different. But on the 5 second, it ends up being a little erroneous. So I'll show you guys the inversion in just a second. So beautiful AMD at market open, and then yeah, you can see here is the let me just move this over. Here's the inversion. You figured out a model for Ant-Man's mom? I want to hear the Ant-Man's mom model. I'm still waiting on that one. I'm still waiting on ICT to release Shani's ramen noodle model. That one, I'm waiting on that. I think maybe I drew out the RTH gap wrong. I think it was probably like this. Let me actually just make sure, because I don't want to get this wrong. I want to make sure. Where was the actual RTH gap? Right there. Wow, we got like a point away. We got like a point away. So sometimes you do want to take profit like right before the end of the RTH gap in case something like this happens. But you know, we ended up filling it anyway, which is makes it all good, you know. So back to the trade. So once again, I think that you can see me notice this 5 second inversion, and I think I say the words, I want to re-enter. But my brain was not able to really process this 5 second inversion as it really should have. And I think when we got this 5 second inversion, I should have just gone in. And then what is this? So I want to get better calculating it with speed. So this is probably 10-point stop loss. So I'd do 2 cons. So I want to get better at doing that. I have a video that's going to come out later this week where I talk about how there's a faster way to do calculation of risk, which is just essentially it's just making a flashcard or just memorizing for how much you're risking, how many points equals how many cons. So for me, 20 points is 1 con, 10 points is 2 cons, 6.66 points is 3 cons, and then just memorize that, and then you can just do it in your head. Market gaps is why we were entering from the gap. Yeah. Entering from the gap? Bro. Oh my gosh. I wonder how many people are watching now. There's probably way less now. No one's talking. 5 second chart? Yeah, bro. Price is fractal. Welcome to the Matrix. So, I like that. I think, honestly, this one might be trade of the day. This one actually might be trade of the day. And I know the erroneous wick takes out that low, but I don't care. I don't care. I think that it's still really nice AMD. Very obvious. So, if I was to redo today, I would have gone, well, obviously I would have taken this trade and then taken profit at the RTH midpoint, and then I would have re-entered on this 5 second inversion. So, I now know if today were to happen again exactly as it did, I would take this outside bar, TP at the midpoint of the RTH gap. When we come back up and then get it again, I would take this 5 second inversion, target the RTH fill. That's exactly what I would have done if I was to redo today. Period. So, okay. 931 inversion for value gap on a 5 second. Once again, look at how beautifully the true opens get manipulated. So this is why I like true opens. 931 inversion for value gap on the 5 second. Bang. I only swing trade Bitcoin and you popped up on my front trade page. That's totally valid, bro. That's totally valid. Everyone's got their own style. I mean, trading concepts, they'll work on any chart. You use the same concepts I'm showing you here on a Bitcoin daily chart. Like, it's literally all the same. It's just liquidity pools and AMD. You know? So just, like, it's all the same. Okay. Yeah, I saved this, right? Okay. I think this one will be trade of the day. Let me know what you guys think should be trade of the day, though. You could have, and I'll do a number 2 where, let's say you could also maybe target further. No, I would not target further than that. I think that's plenty. And then there was also, if you didn't catch the 5 second one, there's a 15 second one as well that I like. There's this right here. This 15 second inversion right here. And I like this a lot. Inversing 2 candles as one. Like that. And then that's another way I would redo today. This one is only like 2R, which is fine, bro. Which is fine. I mean, 2R is still amazing by any standard. And once again, this is using 2 candles as one. So if you're wondering, that's not an IPG, well, merge this candle and this candle together, and then all of a sudden, from this wick to this wick, closing below, you do have an IPG. So you would target 4-hour lows. Yeah, you could definitely have kept this, kept this going, but this is just the way that I would probably have taken it, because I have tons of conviction in the RTH gap. RTH gap is my favorite draw on liquidity, by far. And once again, I would not have been bullish. In no way. No way I would have been bullish because the RTH gap is below. Why would I be bullish? Plus, the way we souped all the true opens from the beginning of this live stream. You guys remember what I was showing you guys about the new week opening gap and souping all the true opens? I mean, it was not bullish at all. It was not. In any way. You can go watch the live stream back, and the whole time I'm bearish. 931 inverted value gap on 15 second. Bang. Let's save that. And I might wrap this up soon because I do want to film a market recap again today. And oh, the first strike. I want to look at the first strike as well. That was the other trade that I really liked that I just barely missed. But I think this was the best opportunity for later in the day. What happened is we had an old first percent for value gap from what day was this? From Friday. So we have an old first percent for value gap from Friday. And then drag this all the way over. And once again, we're continuing down to, fill this void here, right? This giant implied void, not, I'm going to make a video on implied versus real void. But anyway, first percent for value gap, we push back up, back test it, and then we get a change state delivery off of it. Very simple, right? Once again, market was not bullish here. The way we souped true month open, was not bullish at all. So let's see if there's a 15-second one. Okay, this is what I actually do. I think maybe I would align this with the inversion for value gap, like this. Yeah, I don't hate this. Then again, you get break evened out there. I don't know, it's a little risky. Okay, let's record the 5-second one then. So this one's a little risky, I'm not gonna lie. It's not the most obvious in the world, but I'm still gonna record it. I guess you could do change of state like that, but I don't know. No, there's really not enough. Maybe do change state like this then. Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. Once again, you can use basically, any order block. So it could be a series of candles or the highest up close candle as a change of state delivery. Order blocks are like interchangeable with the word change of state delivery. That'll go 4 projections probably. Kind of depends. Or maybe I just go down to this low, honestly. If I measured out like that. Oh wait, if we measured out like that, we actually do hit 4 projections right there. That'd be a cool trade. Okay. Boom. And then order block retest like this. Once again, not necessarily, it's a little risky, right? I'm not going to deny that. It's a little bit more of a risky trade, but hey. It's something. Yeah, honestly, I might wrap things up here, guys, because I do want to. Are you profitable using this strategy? What strategy? You mean first strike? I've had a pretty good last week or two. I was just showing the results I've had from the last week or two. I was up 2R on Monday, 4R on Tuesday, 6R on Wednesday, 4R on Thursday. No, I was up 1R on Monday, 4R on Tuesday, 6R on Wednesday, 4R on Thursday, 2R on Friday, and then the next following week I was up again on Monday and again on Thursday, and then I don't even know. This week I was up yesterday, today was break even. So I've been doing pretty good, but just been, as of lately, so. Bang. 9:35. First strike. 1 minute. 5 second. Okay. Now, I'm gonna probably wrap it up soon. I want to see if there was any other outside bars. Yeah, nice. Yeah, it looks like iced tea style stuff. Yeah. Um, I mean, I like it. I just trade what makes sense to me. Reality is, ICT style trading makes sense to me. There's other concepts I include that aren't even ICT concepts that the ICT claims don't work, and I use them, right? So I think for myself, I do like a lot of ICT concepts. I like other things as well. So I just do what makes sense to me. Okay, so was there anything else? Is there anything else? That Reaper for Value Gap was beautiful. I think I covered essentially all the trades. Yeah, I essentially covered all the trades. So I'm going to just end it here. Cool. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.